God damn it.
And this is week number 2 of the playoffs, round of 16, season number 5 of the After Hours Gaming League at StarCraft 2. And it's going to be Groom versus Mango on Iron Fortress LE. Platinum versus Diamond. Colors don't mean anything. Probably going to be a fairly close match. So real quick, player introductions. I'm going to be a little bit biased. I'm going to start with Groom. So spawning in the lower left-hand corner, we have from Team IBM. Find a graphic, Groom. And spawning in the lower right-hand corner, in this 4 o'clock position, we have the red Protoss from Team Apple. Happens to be my favorite fruit.
Mangoes.
Mangoes! Mangoes are good.
Mangoes, even over like a banana or a strawberry.
That's good eats right there. So this is a fairly large map, 4-player spawn map.
Probably one of the larger ones besides Cactus. I think Cactus is bigger.
What's really interesting is the 3rd and 4th bases are kind of difficult to take. You can be taking this one or this one. Probably as Zerg, you want to take your 3rd away from your opponent, and of course if you're Protoss or Terran, you can elect to pick the closer one. And it looks like they don't know yet that these players have spawned horizontally. So I'm not sure who that favors. I guess depends on their build.
Yeah, so it looks like Groom here is going with the Reaper FV. Reaper Fast Expand. Let's see if he transitions into Bio or Mech for this matchup.
Choosing to start with the wall off here. It's always kind of been a question for Terrans on whether to actually go with the wall off or the just build it within their base, since the start of HotS is it is possible to kind of pick away at that wall in this matchup.
Yeah, you know, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter too much, though. At least until you're in Masters or higher. Because usually by the time these games are going to be ending, it's going to be like 3 base, and they're going to want to be just killing those satellite expansions before going into the main like that and taking out those initial 3 towers. So it looks like we're seeing double racks out of Groom here before the expansion. That's going to imply some push, some early aggression.
Still just 1 gas for Mango here, so that expansion should be going down shortly. Zealot did come out. Stalker's going to be following that along with the Mothership Core. So this is going to be that Zealot Stalker Mothership Core poke. And this is actually one of those things that actually is really good against that wall off at the front. But the fact that Groom is going to go straight up to 2 barracks is going to kind of negate that push a little bit here. Reaper is falling back as those units are starting to move out. And there comes a probe that's going to build the expansion.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for some Marauder Marine play here. Probably going to get Medivacs before anything else at this point. He's fully committed to this aggression. We have our opponent Mango just going for the expansion. If Groom can actually hit this at the right time, this can be devastating, because with 2 Marauders on the field and a couple Marines, those will wipe out any amount of Stalkers. But
it is looking kind of like an old school type 2 racks expand.
Yeah, still it's getting to that point where that expansion is going to be a little bit late for our Terran player. We shouldn't have that going already.
Well, just like you guys pointed out, he's just kind of forcing Terran to engage a little bit because he's picking away at this. He probably is going to get it. Yeah, he's going to get it.
Yeah, that supply depot will fall there. Protoss just kind of falling back. Loses the Zealot, but that's an okay trade here. Time Warp might actually be forced out, and he's actually just going to recall.
Yeah, so this is what I mean about that aggression, because now we can see Groom actually, if he moves into his base, I mean, Mango really doesn't have that much to stop. He doesn't have energy. He has the 30 energy now, and we have a whole lot of Marines. We have 8 Marines, 1 Marauder already out. Continued production.
Yeah, Mango actually delayed his warp gate research in favor of an earlier Robo, and that second Stalker. So there's actually not going to be warp gate up in time to help warp in to defend this. Just those 3 Stalkers. Though they can kite the Marines across the map, that Marauder is going to make that difficult.
Yeah, it looks like he's researching Stim before the concussive shell. And if we see at least 1 medevac get over there, this could be really bad news without a photon overcharge to help defend, but it looks...
Well, that Immortal's going to be out, and that's actually going to kind of shut down this aggression here, is that should be able to just pick away at that Immortal with some proper target fire.
It's so funny listening to you guys. It's like, well, he's gonna get this. Well, he's gonna get this. Well, he's gonna get this.
It's like we're going to see 1 Stalker go down.
Actually, not a bad pick off there of taking that Stalker, backing off. Groom does save the Marauder there, which is a big win for Terran, as that makes a huge difference this early in the game.
Yeah, with the Mothership Core nearing 100 energy, it does look like he's going to be able to defend this type of Terran aggression here. Maybe with 2 medevacs he'll be able to do something, but if he can get, if our Protoss, or their Protoss can get that base saturated, then it's going to be hard to come back.
Well, Mothership Core now up to 100 energy. There is going to be a photon overcharge available with the Sentry energy, so we'll probably see a photon overcharge and then just force fields used to... Yep, there it is. Force fields are going to be used either to just kind of pick away at that army or to try and stop them from going up into the main. That forcing of that photon overcharge was really nice for Groom there, though, because he's only going to lose that 1 Marine from it, or 2 Marines, and he's got the medevacs here already.
Yeah, I felt like that... sorry, you go.
Oh, I was just going to say they're going to pick up and go into the main here, and these 2 medevacs with this army should actually be able to take that small force of Mango.
Can actually move in with that other force right there.
And here we go. Groom does pick up. That medevac escapes with just 11 health.
Yeah, he really kind of missed his chance to do some damage with that army sitting right outside the front of his natural.
Kind of trying to decide of whether he wanted to pick at that second pylon or continue to fight the army. We do have a Colossus out for Mango, though, so any future aggression is going to be done very carefully from
Let's go focus down
Mango.
that Colossus. It's nice pickup.
That is a really nice pickup.
Defensive force field. He's just gonna walk right in.
97 energy on the Mothership Core, 98.
There's the
99,
photon
and
overcharge.
If he can take this down, though, that would be big. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though, with the photon overcharge and the reinforcements.
Some nice medevac boost to get them out of there.
Beautiful. No.
Using the energy to heal up. Take more damage than he wants.
We have one of the medevacs with 11 health right here. That goes down.
Groom's gonna have to make this next push count because he is still on 1 base. He has a SCV there, but I mean Protoss already has this 2 bases running pretty good.
Yeah, 40 workers to just 25. One more Colossus out, though there aren't any remaining force fields.
Ooh. All right.
Photon overcharge is up. That 1 Colossus, 2 force fields for the Terran. Groom really needs to push in here and make this count. Force field's going down. Army is kind of backed into a corner here. No real way to get at that Colossus, though there aren't any more force fields, so they're just going to run up here. Lost this force back, will fall. Groom picks up. He took out the Colossus, but I don't know if he quite did enough damage. Photon overcharge going to be up in another 20 seconds.
Yeah, with the constant production of these Colossus, it looks like you might be able to hold off these Terran aggressions.
We have 4 more sentries and another Colossus out. That Immortal also going to work up to 6 kills.
Mentor. He's mentoring.
So more damage. These Colossus are falling in these engagements, but Terran is losing so much army supply trying to force this. Photon overcharge comes in, but a little bit late, not really picking off much but that mine.
Yeah, now we're seeing some High Templar on the field. As soon as that storm comes in, it's pretty much going to be a GG here. That's
Well,
what I
Groom
think.
also about to mine out, down to about 100 minerals per patch remaining.
Let's go for another drop.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be
Try and just drop straight in the main.
if our opponent here catches that with feedbacks, that could be very bad news. And as is, I mean, he can feed back those medevacs right now and just snipe them down. Actually, he only has one stalker, so maybe the feedbacks won't be as effective.
We're up to 2 Colossus. Storm still not quite finished. Just a few seconds off. 10 seconds on
Ooh.
Storm. Here comes the army. Storm will be finished. It just completed, so this is really going to be the do or die time for our Terran.
A little indecisiveness here.
Leaving one Marine to just die to the laser beams of those Colossus.
Groom did finally throw down that expansion, though, and trying to, as he is mined out in his main, down to just 1 mining base. Protoss, likewise, about to shortly mine out of resources in the main and be down to just that natural. And High Templar Colossus is a hard thing to support off 2 bases, though those High Templar will really start paying for themselves a couple times over.
Oh, production.
Warp Prism is out
Sorry.
for Mango over here, not really doing much. Probably waiting on a warp in before it flies in to try and drop. Most likely as a counterattack when Groom goes in here, which will be awfully hard for him to hold. And there's a Zealot pickup by the Warp Prism. As it flies into the natural, the army's out by the 3rd. Nothing really at home for Groom to defend. And there's the Zealot drop.
It looks like he's just going to miss that probe going in for the 3rd, too. Oh, and there's so much going on back home. Zealot warp-ins. There's not really much he can do about that. His whole army's going to have to be called back here.
Groom actually floating his main command center over to his 3rd. But as he's pulling back the whole army, Protoss is going to move out and take the map while he takes that 3rd.
Oh, man. If he catches all those SCVs, I guess it won't be too bad. It's only 7.
But this could end up trapping Groom at home with those storms leaving his army unable to really move out effectively.
Losing a starport right there. No more medevacs for a little while. At least a minute. He's going to lose that tech lab, too, on his barracks. You know,
We are at 117 to 98 supply, favoring our Protoss player. With 41 workers to Groom now down to 26. And only 2 bases worth of mules.
Seeing 1-1 on the Protoss army, that could get a bit scary with those Archons out. But it looks like the Vikings are going to contain the Colossus. Is he going to get a good storm off here, though?
The storms do go down. Those force fields are incredibly nice on top of that.
Oh.
Groom's army does get cleaned up. Colossus is... Looks like it might actually fall here with that last shot, but the Archon's still reigning supreme on the map. Groom, realizing he can't quite defend, going to send the medevacs out, hoping to get a little bit done with this drop.
Yeah, I mean, even if he comes this way, those High Templar are just going to be able to one-shot that medevac with feedbacks, or even the Stalker one-shot.
Oh.
Mango warping in High Templar directly into Archons. He doesn't want to wait for Storm to build up. It looks like he might go in right now.
Yeah, I mean, Groom really can't do anything at this point. He's lost way too much. And he doesn't really have an army at this point. It's
And
8,
the
9, 10,
SCVs
12,
are going to
15,
fall.
18. Every single one of the SCVs go down right there. And the command center. This is looking like a GG right here.
Mm-hmm.
This one last-ditch drop looks like it's flying across the map, hoping to bring that Protoss army back home. But Bunker's going down to see if they can delay it, but this is going to be a nigh impossible hold.
Ooh.
Medevac taken out by cannons, and that's
GG.
going to be the GG.
So Apple evens it up.